Good morning, friends. It is Thursday. I just looked at the date and I can't remember. The 13th of April. And today is the day that the chaos begins. And for those of you just joining me, the chaos, is it is Holy Week for all of us in the church. And it is Easter week for those of you probably not even in the church. A lot of people celebrate Easter, but Easter is actually not about the Easter Bunny. It is about the resurrection of Jesus Christ. So there's that. And by we, I mean me, got a busy next couple of days. And I have to start today with Maundy Thursday. So today's Maundy Thursday. Can you tell that I just... Hang on. Oh, gosh. Okay. I'm not awake yet. And it's really dark outside, even though it is, oh my gosh, it's almost 9 o'clock. Okay. Gotta get moving. So I did this thing where I made an appointment for a pedicure today because I've been wanting to get myself a pedicure, and that's all well and good, and I made it for noon because it would force me to get out of bed and get to the gym and get showered before noon. Which it in fact has. I'm trying to move as fast as my slow body wants to move, but it is difficult. And so we'll see how this goes. But my goal is to get to the gym and come back and shower before my pedicure appointment. That way my workout is done. Happy day to me. But first I have to eat breakfast, which I'll show you in a minute. So, Holy Week consists of the Palm Sunday services that were last weekend, and then for me as a Lutheran, it consists of Maundy Thursday, and then everywhere it consists of Good Friday. And then at Trinity, at the Lutheran Church, I'm doing Easter Vigil, which is a 2-hour Easter service on Saturday night. And then Sunday, we've got 2 Easter services. So that's a lot of church services. And I'm splitting them between 2 churches. I went to the Bridge, the bigger church, for the Palm Sunday weekend and performed there. Tonight, the real kicker is, so tonight I'm supposed to be at Trinity. Tomorrow I'm singing at 2 Good Friday services at the Bridge. Saturday and Sunday I'm at Trinity. The Bridge has 2 services tomorrow, Friday, 5 o'clock and 7 o'clock. We usually have a couple-hour rehearsal to, get the band together, because it's the whole thing. It's band, guitar, pianos, keys, bunch of vocalists, production team, big ordeal, as opposed to the Lutheran Church, which is a very different form of worship. So we usually have a couple hours before the Saturday service on any given weekend to prepare, and then we're ready to go for the Saturday and Sunday services. So with the service starting at 5 o'clock and people having jobs, I was like, I wonder how we're going to do that. Turns out we're doing it tonight. It's from 5 until 9. And I'm supposed to be at the other church for a 7 o'clock service. So I get to play Whirlwind over at Trinity because the guy over there is so accommodating. Thank you. So I have to be at the Bridge at 5 o'clock, somewhere around 7:15. The service tonight starts at 7. Somewhere around 7:10, 7:15, I'm going to fly the 5 minutes over to Trinity, not be there for the whole service. I know when in the service we sing. I have my music up there already in the choir loft from rehearsal last night. I'm going to grab my robe, fly in, sing the song, and fly out and go back to the other church for a rehearsal that will go till 9 o'clock. Yay! So, that being said, I also have the dilemma of food. And so flipping this from I'm just a crazy busy Christian these next couple days, it's what am I doing for Weight Watchers these next couple of days? Because if you look at my schedule, I'm really going to have to plan, and I have to plan food that I don't need to cook, or at least not cook before I eat it. Because tonight, like I said, I'm booked from 5 until 9, and I usually eat dinner between 5:30 and 6:30, which means I will be at the Bridge. So I have to flip things around and maybe pack a sandwich or something crazy like that for tonight for dinner. I have to plan ahead. I want to try really hard to stay on plan. I really do. This would be a weekend and I would just be like, you know what, screw it. But I've been doing so well the last couple days that I want to keep this momentum going, which is going to be very difficult. So I have to plan something to bring for dinner and snacks and whatnot tonight to my whirlwind of church service. Tomorrow, our call time for the services is 4 o'clock. So I'm going to be at the bridge from 4 until 8, another 4-hour day that happens right in the middle of dinner time. So I have to do the same thing. I have to pack snacks, pack food, whatever, and eat in between services. Saturday, I have to be at a 7 o'clock service for Trinity, whose rehearsal starts at 5. So I'm going to be at church from 5 until 9. Which is the same ordeal. But this time, what happens every year is the other music minister, we have a Saturday night and a Sunday guy. The Saturday night guy is the contemporary guy. He always buys us dinner, and we just get like Jimmy John's sandwiches of some sort. And Jimmy John's isn't so bad because I can get the unwich. As much as I hate getting the unwich, I can get the unwich, and then I'll maybe pack some carrots, like pack some stuff to go with it. But he actually gives us time, orders us food, treats us because we've been there for so long. Buys us dinner and lets us sit and eat as a group, which is great. So I'm not worried about eating on Saturday because I'm pretty sure I know what I'm going to get unless he shocks us and says, hey, let's go to Panera, but there's plenty of good choices there too. And then Sunday is Easter. It's the big day. It's the day full of hallelujahs and Christ is risen, and it's also the day full of food, family, and a crap ton of chocolate. So that's going to be interesting as well. Now, I have to be at church at Trinity at 7:30 a.m. on Sunday, which is fine. Well, but, so we have at 8 a.m. and 10:30 a.m. I think that's right. Yeah, that sounds right. I don't actually know. Because the services at the Bridge and Trinity are so similar in timing, but not exact. I can't keep them straight. So I think there's an 8 o'clock service at Trinity. Between the 8 o'clock and the 10:30 service, they serve breakfast. And there's like a family served breakfast with all sorts of things and whatnot. And my family always goes because we're always at church anyway. So I will have breakfast provided to me. So I have to figure out if I want to bring some things to help fill my plate, like maybe some strawberries or whatnot, and if I want to eat beforehand, because if I don't eat when I wake up in the morning, I might get ravenous and make poor choices during the breakfast. So I have to figure out if I want to make myself breakfast or grab a Quest bar or just eat a banana or what I want to do early in the morning so I make good choices at Easter breakfast. And then is Easter dinner, which is going to be honey-baked ham and honey-baked turkey, which is going to be delicious. But since my sister is on Weight Watchers, I haven't actually talked to her about this, I'm hoping that some of the dishes that end up on that table are Weight Watchers recipes, because there are technically 3 people in my family that are on Weight Watchers. My aunt is technically on Weight Watchers, but I don't know if she's actually actively doing it right now. But she's in the mentality. And my sister, Christina, and I are both very much in the Weight Watchers mentality. So I'm hoping that there are dishes there that will be on plan. I am bringing, Eric's and my job was to bring vegetables, frozen vegetables, just super simple bags of steamed carrots and broccoli and whatever. So at least there will be 0 Smart Point vegetables on the table. Anyway, that was a really long rant talking about the plan for Easter weekend in terms of food. But you guys watch me because I'm a Weight Watchers person. This is the kind of stuff that you need to think ahead for. Because, oh my gosh, would just be so easy to, starting tonight, say, screw it, I'm not going to track until Monday. And it would be really easy to make poor decisions this weekend. Very easy. I'm going to try very hard to not do that. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, breakfast time. I've got a video uploading. And breakfast is the exact same thing as I had yesterday. It's my 4-point breakfast sandwich, which has the light English muffin for 3 points, 3 slices of Canadian bacon for 1 point, that's 4 points, 0 Smart Points worth of egg whites, 0 Smart Point Kraft Single, strawberries, and bananas. Now that I've rambled for a year, I'm going to go because I really do have stuff to do today. Good afternoon. It is 3:15. Let's see. This day so far has been me running around a little bit like a chicken with my head cut off, but that's okay. I decided I did end up vetoing the gym because I just wasn't moving fast enough, and I also realized that I really need to clean and that housewifing and cleaning took priority. I'm not too hurt by it though because it's 3 p.m. and I have 8,000 steps and I'm about to go and be on my feet for 4 hours. So I don't think getting my activity goal is going to be an issue. I went and got my pedicure. It was so nice and so long overdue. My last pedicure was right around Christmas time. And my poor toes and my hideous feet, of course, now he calls me back. Hang on. Okay, I was waiting on a call from my eye doctor to find out if my contacts were in, and they are. Happy day, and I've been waiting for like 20 minutes, and of course he calls the second I pick up the camera. Typical. I don't remember what I was saying. I went and got my pedicure. It was lovely. I went to Starbucks and I treated myself to my triple shot of espresso and Premier Protein beverage. So that was 2 points, which brought the total of my point consumption for the day to 6 points. And I am just now having my, I guess, lunch. And it is this. I'm having one of my typical dinners for lunch because, like I said, I have to kind of flip things around today. So this is the Smart Points Salisbury steak. It's macaroni and cheese and Salisbury steak. What's not to love? There's the stats. It is 7 smart points, which brings me up to 13 for the day. Not too shabby. I have some carrots already prepackaged to come with me, and I think I'm going to make a wrap, which will probably be, let me do some quick calculations, a 1-point wrap and 1 point of meat and 0 point of cheese and probably a sauce, so it will probably be 4 smart points, which would mean I'm at 20 for the day. Hey, that's not too bad. I'm not doing too bad for today. We'll see what happens. So that's what's going on. I need to hop in the shower and actually get myself going because I now have to be out the door in an hour and a half. And yeah, that's what's up. As you can tell, I have been doing some cleaning. I put a couple of clips in there because my husband might actually beat me home tonight, even though he's coming from, halfway across the United States. So I wanted to make sure I got some cleaning done because there's just no way that I'm going to be getting any cleaning done at all this weekend. So that decided to take priority and I'm okay with it because of how active I have been. I'm going to eat and I'm going to get moving. All right, it is 4:28. I'm packing up stuff to go over to church, and this is what I have compiled as a little sandwich. It's in foil because I'm just going to like burrito style it and wrap it up in foil so it stays together. It is one of the Olay Extreme Wellness High Fiber wraps for 1 point. It is 1 point worth of Kraft Thousand Island fat-free dressing. It is 0 points worth of fat-free mozzarella cheese and 1 point worth of turkey, and pickles are 0 points. So 3 smart points total. Sorry, I'm totally distracted. Can you guys see this right here? I totally jabbed myself with a letter opener. I was trying to use it to dig a piece of tape off of something, and the tape gave way, and I was still putting force on it and jammed the tip right into my hand. It is not comfortable. Oh my gosh. And I'm bringing this. So far I'm bringing 3 smart points. I have my whatchajigget up here. Let's see. 17 points. So that'll be 16, 15, 14 points left, which I think I told you was my plan. And I don't know what to do with 14 points. I'll have to let you know what I do because I don't know what to do. Fascinating. There's nothing that I'm overly cravey about, which I guess is a good thing, right? I might grab a chocolate-covered Peep. I don't want to overpack now and only to come home and be hungry and overeat later. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to be conservative. But if I don't pack enough food, I'm going to get ravenously hungry and make poor choices anyway. So I'm trying to strike the balance, and I can't quite figure out how to do that. I already had protein shake today, so I don't want to grab a Quest bar. Decisions. I'll let you know how it goes, but I'm off to rehearsal.
Jesus at the center of it all. From beginning to the end, it will always be, it's always been you, Jesus at the center of it all. Jesus.
You think I'm gonna give you something better? That's not gonna happen. Aw, but you're so cute. Yes. Anyway, hello friends. It's late. It's 10 after 10. I got home a lot later than anticipated. Okay, so not a lot later. We got out like 40 minutes late, which is not insignificant, but not as bad as it could have been. We also have to arrive half an hour early tomorrow, but you know what? That's fine. I'm pretty open all day, so half an hour early, no problem, as long as it turns out good at the end, right? So, the awesome sandwich and food that I packed, I didn't need. So my sandwich, that was 3 points, is now back in the refrigerator, and they actually ordered Jimmy John's for us, which I think in my long explanation of the situation this weekend, I'm pretty sure I mentioned that I'll be eating Jimmy John's on Saturday. Yes, now I do recall that I said that. So I get Jimmy John's twice this weekend. But it's not so bad, because if you look on the Jimmy John's menu, while their bread is amazing, my husband disagrees. He doesn't like it. But I love their bread. It just makes the sandwich for me. But you can get the sandwiches without the bread, and it's wrapped in lettuce, and it's called an unwich. And the sandwich I get is the turkey tom, it's called, and without mayo, according to the points tracker. And a turkey tom unwich is 2 points. 2 points. Now, I did get the mayo. I didn't know how to track it because you couldn't find Jimmy John's with the mayo in the tracker. I think they're trying to tell us something. So I tracked a tablespoon and a half of regular full-fat mayonnaise, and that was 5 points. So I tracked dinner as 7 points. I ended up eating pretzels, which made it 10 points. You've seen everything else I've eaten today. So that left me with 7 points for the day, which is pretty impressive considering it's 10 o'clock. Not gonna lie. So that's 3 days in a row for me. Rock on. So I'm going to have a dough bar donut. This is the milk chocolate one. Glazed pretty perfectly, actually. This is 5 points. So I have 2 points left. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. I'm sure I'm going to do something with it. Maybe yogurt and fruit again. That was pretty good yesterday. So that's about it. As you saw, let me explain the little video clip that you saw. What you saw was the rehearsal for the opening moment of tomorrow night's service, if that makes sense. So like I said, today was the dress rehearsal for Good Friday service, and that whole blue silhouetted thing with the men singing was the first thing that people will see tomorrow. And it's pretty cool. It was some start and stop action, so it wasn't like a consistent thing, but at least you got to see something, because I didn't have anybody out there to film me for me, so I filmed somebody else when I happened to be off stage. Don't worry, I have his permission. And yeah, so maybe you'll be able to see a little bit more tomorrow. Maybe not. It's going to be a packed house, so I'm not necessarily going to ask people to bust out a camera for me. But we'll see. We'll see. If he feels so moved to do so, then great, because there's going to be some pretty cool music. But that's about it. I got a Sephora Play box in the mail, but I will show you that in a different video. And my husband is home. He beat me home tonight, which is pretty impressive. And that's, I think, everything. So I'm going to sign off here. Thank you guys so much for watching. And thank you for your comments and answers to my question. Keep them coming. I am loving your answers. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go to yesterday's vlog and you will know what I'm talking about. Ooh. And now my arm just started to really hurt, so I'm definitely gonna go. Thank you for watching. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow. Mwah.